Alright guys, we're back for the final stage done of the new Super Battle Road. Now this is the stage I had the most difficulty with by far. Now, the reason for this, it was this first stage. This Goten and Trunks right here, by the way, these two units, they're just SR units for now. They have been in the game's data for like multiple years, but never without having like a picture on them or anything. Only in the most recent data download for this Super Battle Road did these units even actually get like character art and shit. So it's funny that these fuckers sat here and gave me the most trouble. Now, as you guys can see, this is the extreme stage, so all villains are able to jump in here, and I decided to go with the movie boss category team, which actually, like, this run was pretty effortless. Once I actually switched over and tried the movie boss category team, I didn't really have too much trouble anymore. I tried to do this stage with a traditional villain team, and one of the big problems is that Rose Goku Black himself he gets absolutely just crunched in this mode, especially on a double 120% team. It's just very difficult to get this done. Like, as you guys know, like, I have like all the LRs rainbowed, and still it's like you just take so much damage. Even units like LR Bojack, who normally completely tank, get absolutely just bodied under a double Rose team. So with the hero team, you can build such an overwhelming defensive team with Jacko, Chaozu, Super Vegito, Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta that it doesn't matter. I mean, the villains, they rely a little bit more on like traditional tanking, which doesn't really translate as well here for Super Battle Road. Now, I've talked about how much I love Turles as a unit constantly too, and here today, we're going to get to see exactly why. Like, he's really going to showcase him and his team very well. So, as you guys can see, we'll start by talking about Turles. Goten is stunned, because Turles has a medium chance to stun, which should be either a 30% chance or a 25% chance for that stun to actually occur. Plus, we're using his movie boss category leader skill, which is 150% across the board. So rather than using the double 120% of Rose, we have the double 150% of the movie boss category team, which really helped out a lot here. Turles with a 1 million attack stat, by the way. Pretty damn good. But Turles, he's the best support type unit in the game. I didn't really bring him for his support type passive, obviously. It was more for his leader skill and his stunning ability. Those are the two things about him that are just absolutely amazing. Now, even though this is the extreme type stage and we're able to use the movie boss category team, we do still have to use a unit of every single type. So, like, you can use the movie boss category team. You could try the revived warrior team. What's another villain team? The Shadow Dragon team wouldn't work because the Shadow Dragons are just not strong enough. So the Shadow Dragon team certainly would not work. I'm trying to think what other categories of the villain leader. I can't really think of another one off the top of my head. So really, the movie boss category team or the revived warrior team, those are the only two teams you can try and do this with. Revived warriors probably would work, but for the physical type unit, the only two notable ones I could think of, I guess there is a physical Majin Vegeta, but you'd have to put a lot of orbs into him and get a lot of battlefield medals for him. But you have to use physical Kid Buu or physical Fat Buu, both who are not really that impressive, because again, you do have to use every typing. But here with the movie boss category team, you know, every typing is represented with a really, really strong unit. Okay, so Turles is going to transform here. Now, this is the other thing about Turles, right? He does do these transformations. For the most part, the transformation is really, like, not that useful in many modes. That you might, if you're using this in, any normal events or anything like that, I don't really like the transformation. But here in this category, Super Battle Road, it's actually kind of helpful because Turles, when he transforms, I believe he gets a high chance to stun after he's transformed, which is a 50%, which is very nice. And then he also gets an attack and defensive buff of 130%, I believe. So Turles is able to handle himself quite well. And on top of that, even more, he does heal. He heals, I believe, 15% at the start of every turn. So Turles' transformations are very useful if you're actually going to get that to occur here on the extreme stage of Super Battle Road. Because right now, the Movie Boss category team doesn't actually have Super Battle Road stage, even though it probably will. Now, I just double-checked there because I was surprised, because I tried this stage maybe 10 or so times with the Rose team, and I would get bodied in that first stage every single time. I think this is the first time I made it out of the first stage, and I had full items. So, like, I was stunned at how well the Movie Boss category team worked, just going from a normal Rose villain team to the Movie Boss team, and all of a sudden, like, it's a joke. I destroyed this stage. Like, it was crazy. So moving on, I'm using Tech Golden Frieza, of course, because he is the best tech unit pretty much I could run here, since we are going with the Movie Boss category team, and then like he is one of the better defensive options. Now, obviously, AGL Golden Frieza is a better defensive option than him. AGL Golden Frieza reduces damage by 90%, whereas Tech Golden Frieza is only reducing damage by 70%. But, you know, the other tech unit I could use, like Bio Broly or like Final Form Cooler, nah, Tech Golden Frieza was definitely the wave. I decided to go with LR Broly. LR Broly, of course, being an AoE attack unit, you know, I felt as though his AoE would really, really benefit a lot for the team. So that's why I tried to bring him here. I thought he would be able to get his 12 key super pretty much every single turn, too. Another reason I was so comfortable with that. Notice we also did get another transformation by Turles, which is pretty helpful. Again, healing us, as well as allowing Turles a 50% chance to stun, and then, of course, 130% to his attack and defense. Here, I'm just trying to figure out what exactly I was going to do. You know, I have a full set of items. So, really, as long as I play this smart, this should be a winning run. At this point, like, it's pretty clear. Getting through the first stage with no items was a very tall task, right? So moving on, the next unit I decided to bring LR Bojack. LR Bojack definitely is probably the best int option on the Movie Boss category team. LR Metal Cooler is another really good option. Oh man, was I really stalling here? Holy shit. But LR Metal Cooler is another really strong option for this. The only problem is that as of right now, you know, you're only able to get him from Battlefield, right? And on top of that, you can only get one dupe from Battlefield too. So you can't even rainbow LR Metal Cooler yet. I do think LR Metal Cooler is the best free-to-play unit in the game, but it's like right now we can't even rainbow him yet. So if he was able to be rainbowed, if you don't have LR Bojack, LR Metal Cooler certainly would be an outstanding option for this team. Then the next unit I think I have is Janemba. Now, Janemba and Gogeta, I talked about this in the last video when I was doing I think the Majin Buu category, or maybe when I was going through the Fusion category. But Gogeta and Janemba cards in the original Super Battle Road stages, you know, just the mono stages, they weren't really as good because you had type advantage the whole way through the stage. But here in the category Super Battle Road stages, ooh, the additional so helpful. Here, you know, you were going up against all different typings, right? Like, we're fighting 5 fuckers here. They all have different typings. So, Janemba will be able to equally block damage from all of them, which is so helpful. Because if you get caught hit with type advantage in this mode, you're fucked. So, SDR Janemba, especially being rainbowed, his defensive ability and his chance to dodge was very, very helpful. Now, again, Movie Boss category team is what I decided to go with. The Revived Warrior team probably could work as well, because, again, you could use either the Tech Golden Frieza or the AGL Golden Frieza, who reduces damage like crazy. You have the unit like LR Majin Vegeta on there. Again, I wouldn't put too much stock into trying to get the AoE attack with LR Majin Vegeta, but another thing I've talked about and noticed with these Super Battle Road stages is the fact that Ki, for whatever reason, usually is on your side. Like, I routinely get a lot of Ki, like, just falling in my lap, and I'll think, oh boy, what a lucky break. It's just very odd how often that happens. So, you know, you could possibly get the 18 key super with LR Majin Vegeta a little more frequently than in like normal Dokkan stages or something like that. But still not something to bank on. You also have things like Int Kid Buu as well as LR Bojack. You could use them as well for the Revived Warrior team. Kid Buu, I didn't say LR Kid Buu, did I? Kid Buu and then LR Bojack. Kid Buu with his healing is very, very helpful. Obviously, everyone knows that. Only thing is, again, Ki is an issue. Angel Gold and Frieza you'd have to use as part of the Revived Warrior team. Then LR Broly is definitely the go-to SCR unit. But again, the problem with using Revived Warrior on this stage is you have to choose between physical Kid Buu, physical Majin Vegeta, physical Fat Buu, or physical Mecha Frieza. Not really that good. I would say physical Fat Buu of the four might be the most realistic, just because Majin Vegeta, like, you have to use a lot of Battlefield Gems to rainbow him, plus orbs, and then he's pretty good after that. But the physical Fat Buu is able to heal 25% HP when your health falls below 40%. So at least he will bring some value. So Revived Warrior probably could get this stage done. Now, in terms of actually completing this with, like, just the Rose villain team, I think you could, but it's going to be incredibly difficult because with a double 120% leader skill, you just don't have enough defense to survive. You take way too much damage. Units like LR Goku Black and LR Bojack, units who you would usually think are able to tank quite well, get absolutely mollywopped. Even though Rose gives that 50% defensive buff as part of his passive, it's just not really the greatest. And then when you consider, too, the fact that Rose has only ever been on one banner ever. He has never, ever come back on a banner. I would be willing to put money that he's going to be on Android 21's banner, because Android 21 is going to be an SCR type, so it makes sense that SCR Rose will also be on that banner. But, like, the fact that he has... It's going to be August, and SCR Rose came out in December, and he has not yet returned. So that it's going to be difficult for people, because I'm sure not a lot of people have Rose with dupes. So because of that, he gets just destroyed, and that makes the stage a lot more difficult overall. But movie boss category team, I think, definitely is the way to go. I've always, like, you guys have known, like, anytime I talk about this team, I always highly, highly rate the movie boss category team. Turles is just such a superb unit in basically every way, and it makes building these teams easy, and I'm impressed at how well it worked even for this category stage. Now, this is basically the last run of these new stages. One thing I'm very curious to see is how long it will take them to add in the new category stages, right? Because, you know, there's what? The Super Saiyan 3 category team, the Universal Survival Arc also could be one of these categories. What else could there be? The Future category is another one. Pure Saiyan is another one. See, I think something like the Planet Namek arc and like the Namekian category and the low-class Saiyan category, those ones probably won't get category stages anytime soon unless they would get a real leader, which they could. I mean, I don't know. What if they released like a Super Saiyan 3 Raditz or like a Super Saiyan Raditz and he was like a low-class warrior category leader? Like, I feel like it could be done. They could do, you know, some goofy shit like that. We did get a Dokkan attack right here, by the way. Always very helpful, but unfortunately, I had to get it with, I got it with SCR Janemba. He is able to hit hard. If I had gotten the Dokkan attack with like LR Bojack, things would be way different. But like, look at that. A Dokkan attack. Look how it barely even touches this Goku and Vegeta right here at the end. These two fuckers are very, very powerful. Cooler also really good unit. Oh, I never talked about Cooler. Cooler's place on the team. So Cooler, of course, as a physical type unit, he's one of the strongest physical type units in the game. Well, at least for extreme physical, right? And for the movie boss category team, what other physical type units is there? There's Lord Slug and Broly. I wouldn't use the legendary Super Saiyan Broly, definitely not. He's just not defensive enough. it's nice that he can, you know, super a lot, but I would prioritize defense more. Lord Slug is actually a pretty good option. He can do his giant Namekian transformation as well. I do have him rainbowed. You know, I am interested to see how effective he could be on these Super Battle Road stages, but I didn't get a chance to actually utilize him. And then Cooler, of course, you know, I mean, what is there to say? Cooler with the attack and defensive buff of 100%. He works very, very well. He's able to tank enough that it helps. And then, you know, if you get like a triple super or something from him, he can really change the tide of battle. Other units that could be useful, like especially depending on what team, Easy A Perfect Cell, or Full Power Final Form Frieza, like those units are so good. Especially Full Power Frieza after he supers, and especially if he's in the first slot. His defense will be high enough that he should be able to tank pretty well. Easy A Cell, after testing him out on the Super Battle Road stages, I kind of like, I've leaned a little bit more towards him being the best Easy A over Ultimate Gohan, because like, I did record one more Super Battle Road run after this. It was the 20th win I needed to get the last copy of the Int LR Goku, and I did it with the Revived Warrior team. Most of my wins from like win 10 to win 20 to get that last copy of LR Goku, I did actually use the Revived Warrior team. I had the least trouble with that team between like AGL and Tech Golden Frieza's, Easy A Cell with how much he heals, both from Tech Orbs that you could get on the map, as well as just he supers and heals off of that too, and he takes no damage. Like, he's a total tank. So Easy A Cell is a very, very impressive unit. Then you got like the double Tapions on the Revived Warrior team. Like, it's just stop. What, you know, the double Tapions in these difficult modes, their defense is so good that it's like, wow, I'm pretty glad I actually rainbowed them a while back. Going through Omega would be a very good unit here. I actually think the Easy A Broly, he would be phenomenal. Like, you really could, because of the fact that he gets defense after he supers, I think he'd be pretty good, not only here on the extreme stage, but also on like the, is he on the Revived Warrior team? I don't think Easy A Broly isn't on the Revived Warrior team. He's not. But if he was, he would be good on that one. But he certainly would be good here on this extreme stage. Yeah, he's on the full power category, and he's also on the pure Saiyan category. So when those categories get stages, the Easy A Broly could shine. But I do want to test out the Easy A Broly here. I want to see how much damage he would take even after rainbowed. I would wait until after Android 21's banner comes out, though, because I'm going to rainbow her. And because I suspect SCR Rose Goku Black will be on the banner, I also want to save up SCR Orb so I can make sure to rainbow him as well. And then after that, I'm probably going to try and rainbow the Easy A Broly, and then also the Easy A Family Kamehameha Goku, because all the Extreme Z-Awaken units have been gods on Super Battle Road, and I think those two would as well. So I'd probably make videos on them, you know, getting them to 100%, and then bringing him to, you know, the big boy leagues of the new stages of Super Battle Road, which are pretty fucking tough. Last unit I should probably go, I don't think I mentioned Omega. I think I might have started to, but then kind of got away from it. Ooh, and Super 17. Omega and Super 17 are two other extreme units who could be very helpful here. I think Super 17 is another unit who will probably be on Android 21's banner. So, you know, many people might have dupes of him or get him rainbowed soon. He would actually be very helpful in any stage of Super Battle Road he could compete with, because of the fact that he's going to reduce damage. It's going to take him a little while to start doing damage, but, you know, defense, I would say, for most of these stages is the most important part. So now we'll just go through. As you guys can see, all 20 stages of Super Battle Road are now complete. One thing I love that they did, by the way, is they numbered all of these stages now. Even the first 10 stages are now numbered, which is very nice. And let's go ahead and collect all of these rewards. I haven't used any of the victories yet, but like probably when SCR Android 21 comes out, I would. We'll pick up this Goku for beating all of the, I think, odd number stages. And then these two Gokus you get for beating all of the stages. And then the only last one I have to do here is just winning 20 times on stages 11 to 20. I have since done that and gotten the last dupe of the LR Goku. I did record that run as well. I probably will put some post commentary on that as well, and we can kind of talk about, you know, all of the Super Battle Road stages in general. But this was a lot of fun. I'm very happy that I was able to get all the stages done in one day, and I'm definitely looking forward to the next time they add new stages to Super Battle Road. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll catch y'all next time.